So welcome to this guitar lesson for Touchdown Boy. It's a pretty simple song, but you need a lot of stamina in your hands. There's a lot of down picking, so that's the only hard part. But the riffs are really simple. So let's get right to it. This is the intro. So you start off with the E chord, which is the 7 on the A string and the 9 on the D string. And then you just move one fret to the left to 6/8. And then you move the E chord on the E string, so from this to this. So it goes. So that's the first part, and then you go to 5 and 7 on the E string, which is the E chord. And then move one fret to the left and back to the lower E chord, which is open E string, and 2 on the A. So then you have that's the first part of the intro. It's pretty simple. Then the fast part comes in. This one's also pretty simple. It's just the E chord first, strum it once. And then on the D string you play 6, 7 and 9. And then you just change the chord, which you let ring out. It's and you just add those few notes in between, so it's and then the final time it goes, just play 6, 7, 9, then go back down to 7 and 6. So basically the first chord is E, and then on the E string it's 9 and 11, and 7 and 9, and 5 and 7. So this is the riff. This is the trickier part because it's really fast to down pick. So now the next part is I guess the hard part is that palm muting part, but the rest it's pretty straightforward. So you just strum the E chord. And then on the D string it's 9, 7 and 6 again. And then you play 7 and 9 on the D string. And then 5 and 7. And when you play that chord, you have to palm mute between this, the 5th fret. You can also play the open A string because it's the same note. This is A, and the 5th fret on the E string it's also an A note. So you can either play like, or like I play it like this. But if you're a beginner it's harder to stretch. So I suggest playing the open A string and palm muting 6, 7, 6. So it's that's pretty much it. You just play. And then you do that palm muting thing again, just with the open E string. Then comes the little palm muting part. This one's pretty fast, so it's pretty simple. You play 7 and 9 on the A string, the E chord, you just palm mute it. So it's like 7 and 9, then you just play 7 and 7, you just bar it out. You just need to get the picking pattern down because it's really fast. And then just move to the B chord, which is 7 and 9 on the E string. You just ring it out. So it's... And then comes the verses part with the singing. The basic chords are the E. And then you move down to 9 and 11. Then 7 and 9. And then 5 and 7. So it's... And you have to palm mute all the chords, so it's... The notes I'm playing in between are 6 and then a little tiny pause and 6, 7, 9. So it's palm mute twice and then the riff. The last time you just do the 6, 7, 9 and then back 7, 6. So that's pretty much the entire riff. And then comes the chorus, which is just 3 chords. It's just the E chord, 0 and 2. And then you play the B chord, which is 2 and 4 on the A string. And then just move to the A chord, which is 0 and 2 on the A string. And back to the E chord. So that's pretty much the chorus. And then the rest of the song, it pretty much repeats all the time. And just the outro is a bit different. It's the same like the intro. You just have to play it with octaves, which is playing like the chord. And then instead of playing the 9 on the next string, which is D, you play it on the G string, so you have one string free in between. This is the power, this is the octave chord. Because both notes are the same, this is the E note, and this is the E note. That's basically the octave chord. And you just need to play these two and mute the string in between with this finger, so this string doesn't move, and you just play the same thing as in the intro. And just the last time it's a little bit different, just another extra stop is just... So it's... And that's pretty much the entire song. I just recommend a lot of palm muting, down picking, a lot of practicing of that so you can... That's the hardest part, so... Thanks for watching, and if you have any other suggestions for any other lessons, let me know.